BBC Radio Solent.
Make a difference.
Make a difference now, though. Talk about blockbusters. I've got 3 guests lined up to talk to us about the virtual schools roadshows that are happening across our county. 3,000 military children will take part over the next 2 weeks, run by the Dorset-based charity Little Troopers. We've spoken to them on the show before. They support children with parents in the armed forces.
Today we're going to be exploring what it's like for our grown-ups at work. When I was little, my grown-up was in the Royal Navy, so she sailed the 7 seas on a naval ship.
I know when I was little, I didn't just have to move to a new town, Victoria. I had to move to a new country. But I made loads of fantastic new friends. That gives me an idea. Why don't we go to one in our imaginations?
Let's do it. We've got everything we need in our Little Troopers role-play plan.
Well, that's a little sample of what children from Poole, Wareham, Bridport, Yetminster and Dorchester will be hearing today. We can talk about this with a bunch of people. As I say, Little Troopers founder Louise Fettigan is on with us. Morning, Louise.
Morning, how are you?
Yeah, very well. Lovely to see you again. We've got Sara White, who's principal at Bovington Academy, and Liesel Munroe, who's a teacher there, both with us as well. Sara, Liesel, good morning to you.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you. I'll come to you in a moment if I may. Let me start with Louise. So tell me a little bit about these virtual schools roadshows then.
Yeah, it's a really, really exciting project. Obviously, Little Troopers does lots to support children who've got parents in the British Armed Forces, but this was an Armed Forces Covenant funded project. It's covering 18 months, but the roadshow is one part of that project under our Little Troopers at school, where we really, really educate the educator. We're really helping schools to best support their military children. So the virtual roadshows is a national project. So we're going to every county in England. Wales is coming later in the year, and we're going to be running these roadshows with schools to just help schools and celebrate military children, to make sure that schools know how to best support their unique challenges that they're facing every day.
As I say, we got Bovington Academy on with us, and obviously they will have a large cohort of pupils who are coming from that military background. What's the idea here, Louise, to work specifically with schools like that, or to work with every school so that even where there are just a handful of pupils who might have a military background, you're picking them up too?
Yeah, absolutely that. So it's about Little Troopers, and our aim as a charity is to get fair and consistent support in all schools. So we've got village schools with one military child attending the virtual roadshow, and we've got schools like Bovington Academy where they've got a really high percentage of military children attending. So it really is about engaging all schools with 100 or 300 military children. And another really exciting thing, so this afternoon is Somerset and Dorset, and it's about all those schools in those counties coming together and being really close and celebrating that all these military children have got lots in common.
Yeah, let me bring Sara in then from Bovington Academy. What do you, I mean, how difficult is it when you're working? Difficult probably isn't the right word, but do you consider different challenges when you're working with children from military backgrounds, Sara?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course we do, because obviously those military children come with a unique set of experiences in life. We have to think really carefully about the curriculum we provide. We have to think very carefully about the gaps some of these children may come to school with, and how we fill those gaps and ensure that when they go for their next move that they're ready to take on the challenges of the curriculum. We also need to try and make sure that they fit into the school and they feel like they belong very, very quickly, because they're only with us for 18 months. So, you know, for some children, it's really difficult because they're moving schools so often.
Yeah, as I say, Liesel's a teacher there, and I can see you nodding heartily through that, Liesel.
Absolutely, and I think, as Sarah said, we've got to get to know these children quickly, and these children need to be part of our family so that they can learn and they can get their feet on the ground and they can start learning again. And it is incredible how well adapted our children are at being able just to walk in the door and be part of our family. And it's something that I'm incredibly proud of working at Bovington, that they, as us as a staff and the children, we're used to it, this is how we work.
Yeah.
And those children that walk in our door, as I say, we just, our pastoral care and our systems around us are there just to be able to support these children and make sure that we buddy up with other children and that they know where to go and how it works. And within a day, those children's feet are underneath those desks and they're like they've been part of our family since the beginning of term. It's amazing.
That being said then, Liesel, what are you hoping to get from these sessions? What is it that could be mopped up by these that maybe you're not doing already or that will help to bolster what you're doing already?
Well, I think it's one of those as well. You know what you don't know. You know what you know. You don't know what you don't know. So if these the little troopers can come along and show us different techniques, different strategies and different ways that we could actually support our children, that is obviously a fundamental part of why we're taking part this afternoon. But I think to pick up what Louise was saying, our little troopers are so unique and we really need to celebrate that. And if these children have got an opportunity to actually just think, wow, I am just so special. My parents do an amazing job. They look after us as a country, and actually give those children that opportunity. I know part of the work we're doing today is about superheroes and actually really celebrating what their parents do and who they are, and incredible how unique they are in situations and that constant moving. And those skills that Sara talked about that, I don't think we really reflect upon enough, that they must have because of that constant transient lifestyle that they have.
Yeah, adapt to survive. Louise, and how's it going to work for school? I mean, if there's a school listening or a teacher listening, is this something that they can come to you and say, we want to be part of, or will you have picked up all the schools already that you can supply this to?
We've obviously, this has been a really long process for people signing up, but if there is any schools that are desperate to take part this afternoon, then they can obviously email us, info@littletroopers.net, and we'll help. But there's 20 sessions, so we could always get them on another one. We're running from the 7th to the 18th of June. Over 3,300 military children. And also, if you're listening and your child is taking part in one of these, then we really hope it's beneficial and valuable and the children go home talking about what they've been up to.
Fab. Lovely to see you all this morning. Thank you so much for joining us. Louise Fettigan, who is the founder of that Little Troopers charity based in Dorset. You heard from Sara White and Liesel Munroe as well from Bovington Academy, live with us this morning on BBC Radio Solent.